Krishna sat peacefully under a large banyan tree as the evening sky turned golden. Around him sat a group of tired villagers. Some were worried about money, some were heartbroken, and some had lost hope in life. One young man stepped forward and asked softly, "Krishna, why does life become so difficult even when we try our best?" Krishna said, "Let me explain you through a story. Listen carefully. There was once a small bird who lived near a vast ocean. Every morning the bird flew happily across the waves, singing fearlessly. One day a powerful storm arrived. The sky became dark. The winds roared. The ocean waves rose like mountains. The little bird became terrified. The storm destroyed its nest and carried away the eggs the bird loved more than its own life." The villagers listened silently. Krishna continued. The bird cried before the mighty ocean and said, "Why did you take away everything from me? I am small and weak. How can I fight against something as powerful as you?" But after crying for many hours, the bird suddenly stood up. It looked at the ocean with determination and said, "Even if I am tiny, I will not give up." The little bird began carrying drops of water from the ocean in its small beak, trying to empty the sea itself. The villagers looked surprised. One man asked, "But Krishna, how can a tiny bird empty an entire ocean?" Krishna smiled. "It could not," he replied. But that was never the real victory. The real victory was that the bird refused to surrender. The breeze moved softly through the tree leaves as Krishna's voice became deeper. Seeing the bird's courage, other birds joined it. Then animals came to help. Finally, even the gods were moved by its determination, and in time, the ocean returned the bird's eggs. The villagers' eyes widened. Krishna then looked at each of them carefully. "My children, life is like that ocean. Sometimes it takes away your comfort, your happiness, your plans, and even the people you love. In those moments you will feel small and helpless. But never measure your strength by your size or your circumstances. True strength is born when a person refuses to quit." A woman asked, "But Krishna, what if we become tired while fighting our struggles?" Krishna answered gently, "Rest if you must, cry if you need to, but never lose faith in yourself. The darkest nights create the brightest stars. A seed must disappear into the soil before it becomes a tree. And a soul must face difficulties before discovering its true power." The villagers sat in complete silence. Krishna continued, "Most people lose not because life defeated them. They lose because fear convinced them to stop trying. Remember this forever. Every storm eventually becomes silent. Every wound slowly heals. And every painful chapter teaches wisdom that comfort never could." The young man who had first spoken now looked calmer. "But Krishna," he asked softly, "how do we know that God is with us during hard times?" Krishna smiled warmly. "When you still find the strength to stand after breaking many times. That is me. When hope appears inside your heart during darkness, that is me. When you continue walking forward even with tears in your eyes, that is me guiding you." The evening sun slowly disappeared behind the horizon. Krishna stood up and gave them one final message. "My children, never pray for an easy life. Pray for courage, patience, and wisdom. Because storms are temporary, but the strength you gain from surviving them stays forever." And as the villagers walked back to their homes that night, their problems had not disappeared. But their hearts had become stronger.